This is Dr. Grace, and I want to just thank you for being a part of this special session today. Just talking about why wait. I know that we're in a society that, wait is not a part of our vocabulary. We don't like to wait on anything. We don't like to wait on time. We don't like to wait on a bus. We don't like to wait to do the things that we feel that we need to do right now. We're in a microwave society and we want to get everything we want to get and we want to get it now. But I want to talk today specifically about why waiting for, as far as sex is concerned. It's not a topic that is discussed. I know this will be helpful for adults as well as for young adults. My heart is with young adults today. And so a lot of what I'll be sharing with you will also be very relevant to young adults. And I really want you to hear my heart concerning the reasons why there's so many. There are medical reasons, there are emotional reasons. I will do another session that covers all of that in depth, but I want to start off with why wait. So, and just touch on a few reasons and even kind of share some other information with you. So, when it comes to sex, there's a lot of disrespect, especially in our society today. I think that the information that we have concerning sex, and most of it is driven by the information highway, what we see on the internet, what we read in books, and conversations we have with people that are in our circle. That's not necessarily the conversation that is factual and true. But I want you to think today about you and think about your life and think about the fact that while you're here today, there's a bigger purpose for your life. And it's not all about the here and now. It's not about your past, but it also has to do with you moving into your future and understanding who you are. Because when you understand who you are, then the decisions that you make here and now will be decisions that will affect where you're going. So hear me when I say why wait. Sexually, it has everything to do with your purpose. And a lot of times you don't even know what your purpose is right now. You might not have mentors into your life. Might not be a part of a circle where you're getting the right information to keep you motivated. And to keep you focused on your future. And so the decisions that you make now can hurt you, when it comes to your future. And I don't want that to be your story. So respecting sex will help you weed out people who don't respect you. Let me say that again. Respecting sex will help you to weed out the people who don't respect you. If someone refuses to stay in your life because you have chosen to stay pure, that person never really loved you. Someone like that should be out of your life. And I want you to hear that and understand it, that people come into your life and different ones have different motives. You might not know a person's motive. You might not know a person's heart. All the information you have is information concerning you, who you are. And some of us, again, you might not have all of that information. You might say, I'm still trying to discover. I'm on a search for who I am. I'm trying to figure out life. And that's okay to be in a position where you don't really know who you are. You don't know what your future holds. But the decisions that you make here and now is going to determine the kind of future you have when opportunities present itself. So consider that when someone comes into your life and they start having conversations with you, pressuring you to do things that you know is not supposed to do, because sex in itself is really should be in the confines of marriage. So if you're not married, if you're not engaged to be married, then that should not be a part of your vocabulary at all. If you've been engaging in sex, there's some information I'm going to share with you. I want you to think about it. You don't hear when people talk to you, they don't say, stop what you're doing if what you're doing is not the right thing to do. Sometimes you can be lucky. And you might not get a disease and there's so many diseases that are going around from different people who've been involved with other people's life. And if you've been spared, then this is a new lease on life for you. And you need to be a part of the circle, getting the information you need to get, because I don't want you to give up the rest of your life just for an experience that you think might be pleasurable. And it might not turn out to be that way for you, because sex is to be in the confines of marriage. It's beautiful when it's in its right confines, when it's, being executed the right way, between a husband and a wife who's made a lifetime commitment to each other. It can be so beautiful. But when it's done outside of that, it can be painful, destructive. There's so many things that could go wrong when done outside of the confines. This is not a conversation you hear all the time, and it's not one that, it's most popular. But let me tell you something, it is most factual, it is true. To have a clean conscience and no worry. If you are celibate until marriage, you don't need to worry about sexual transmitted disease, pregnancy, or embarrassment of seeing former boyfriends and girlfriends in any environment that you go. Now, understand that people will come in your life and go out of your life. In order for you to have a clear conscience, for you to not worry about what this person has brought to you, bringing into your body. Some of these diseases you cannot get rid of. There's no medication that can help you to get rid of some of these diseases that are going around, that are passed from unfaithful partners, one unfaithful partner to another. The partner that you might be a good friend of yours now, you might not know they've been with 10, 15, even more people. And everyone that they've been with, they're taking on their experiences. They're connecting their bodies with theirs, even emotion. That's why some of the reasons why, in relationships, people go crazy emotionally is because from different partners to different partners, they've experienced all of the emotions that come with, people that they have not even been aware of. This is not a conversation that happens all the time, but it's something that you need to think about. So you won't have to worry about sexually transmitted diseases. You don't want to have to worry about having something that you cannot get rid of for the rest of your life. Not being able to have children because of the disease that you have your life, come to a short end before the time. All of those things you need to consider. To test the commitment of the other person. So why do you want to wait? You want to contest the commitment of the other person. Their words coming out of their mouth, but are the words coming out of their mouth true? Are they telling you what they want to tell you because they want to have an experience with you, and so they want to tell you what they feel you want to hear? Some people promise marriage just to get sex, then back away. Many people have sex with people they would never marry. Again, so you got to be also conscious when you're in social environments where you're drinking and you're consuming substance that changes your thought process, the way you look at people, because sometimes you will sleep with someone and you wake up in the next morning and you're going, oh my God, I never ever would have even entertained a conversation with this person, much less sleep with this person. So why do you want to wait? You want to wait because you want to avoid those life committing experiences. Again, people promise you marriage, and then after they get what they want, then the conversation changes and move on to the next person. What do you do with your life after you've, allowed yourself to become involved with someone that is not committed to you, never will be, and have no, in their mind, they never ever even would think to be married to you. They just want to have that experience with you. Another reason why, to grow as a person, you have to understand that there are things that you need to do in order for you to grow the right way. Beware of people who say religious words but pressure you to have sex. That does not go together, because you know that God is not, in the Word of God, when you read the Bible, encourage you to have sex outside of the confines of marriage. But then you'll find people that might be religious. They don't believe the whole Bible. They just use it as a tool to lure you in because they know you have Christian values, Christian morals, Christian principles. And once they feel like they have you, you are loyal to them, you're committed to them, and you listen to everything they say, you've gained their trust, they've gained your trust, then they'll take advantage of you. So you've got to beware of those words that sound religious and they pressure you into sex, because that can be a situation of disaster as well. It can destroy your life, it can destroy your future, and it can destroy you. I'm going to share another one with you. Again, in order for you to have a good life, you have to make good choices. You have to make good decisions. You have to be careful of who you allow to speak, words into your life. You have to be careful of the relationships you have. And if you find that you're in a relationship and you have questions, don't stay in that relationship and have questions. There are people around you or can make themselves available to you, whether it's counselors, clergy, coaches, mentors. Now if you've been connected to me, you have me as a resource, where you can enter into a coaching, counseling relationship. You can ask questions so you can get the answers you need, so you can make the decisions you need to make. Some relationships you need to run from. There's so many red flags from the time you meet, and you keep saying, oh, that's just the way the person is. Well, you know what? That's the way the person is. And then you keep lowering your standards, and oh, that's the way the person is. Oh, they don't mean to do that. And you keep lowering your standards. And the next thing you know, you're sitting in a position saying, how did I even get here? How did I have a child out of wedlock? How did I get this terminal disease that's going to end my life before my life really, can make a difference? How did I get here to where I have lowered my standards and my morals? How did I get here to where I have literally disgraced my family, disgraced my reputation, my name? How did I get here? It is the decisions that you've made. You've, ignored all the red flags. You did not make yourself accountable when you should have. You didn't find someone in your life that will be able to speak to you who doesn't have a vested interest. They want the best for you. There are those people around. If you might not be able to, you might say, I don't have those people in my life. You do. It's whether or not you choose to hear and respond to the counsel of those that really, really love you. Sometimes, again, I know that there are families that are disoriented, and you might not have that parenting mother and father figure that you can count on, rely on. But trust me, God is placing people into your life. And if you've connected with me now, He's placed our entire organization, Flourishing Enterprises and Academy, where you can connect and grow, learn, be a part of our sessions, and be a part of our community, and listen to wise counsel. I am here to say that I'm thankful that when I was growing up, I listened to wise counsel. I did not have sex outside of marriage, and when I had sex after marriage, it was most beautiful. I can say that as a result of paying attention and being connected and finding myself in the right community, in the right environment, and um, taking the opportunity to not go with what feels good, but go with what's right, that God has allowed me to not have those unpleasant, detrimental experiences that literally could destroy my future. So that's why I'm speaking to you, because I feel like the sessions that are upcoming, even now, will be ones that you might not be able to, you haven't have heard in other environments, but that you've been divinely connected here so that you'll know the truth and that you will, be able to live and have a prosperous life. There's so many other information that I can share with you. Again, I'm going to do a full teaching and maybe even a live discussion. If you're interested in this, I want you to send me an email, info@flourishingenterprises with an s.org. And let me know you're interested. Send me your questions, and I can create an environment where we can even interact with each other. I can answer questions and be available to you to help you navigate through this particular time in your life. I don't want you to throw your life away. I don't want you to make decisions that compromises your future. I don't want you to, enter into a situation where you're having sex and every time you do, you are literally destroying the destiny and purpose and plan for your life. Some decisions that you make cannot be changed. It cannot be erased, you know. And so every decision we make, it's got to be God decisions, wise decisions, well thought out. And why wait? Because in waiting, you will receive the rewards that are coming your way. The opportunities, when they come, if you're ready, you will be the best candidate for it, and your life will be so prosperous, so promising, and one filled with destiny. This is Dr. Grace Nichols. I love you with all my heart, and it's my desire that you understand sex, you understand the purpose for it, you understand the environment that it was created for, and that you wait until the right time in order to engage in something that God intended to be so beautiful. Info@flourishingenterprises.org if you want to connect with me. I'm going to be building out courses, having more sessions and conversations, and I look forward to hearing from you so that I can answer your questions, be available to you, and be that person that is rooting you on and celebrating you as you make one good decision after another. Dr. Grace, I love you, and stay tuned.